Hey, welcome back. Oliver Phil here. Today I was going to rebuild and reseal this hydraulic cylinder that's off of Andy Ohio MM's A4T. If you've been watching his video, or some of the things that I've been working on are for him. These are the same as an Oliver 6,000 pound external lift cylinder. They're gravity down, so one way. So we'll get started here and kind of show you how this one comes apart and how it goes together. Just saying, probably could have cleaned these up a little bit before I got them, but I'll clean them up. I just got to poke fun at Andy there a little bit. So first thing here, you got to take the fitting out, because this is how you access the ring to release the rod to come out of the barrel. Yeah, you got this tiny little hole to work through. O-ring Boss, we'll change these every time. Put new O-rings on there. Let's see here. I'm going to do my best to show you. See if I can get it to where you can look down in there and see it. I definitely will be able to show you once it is off. And you'll be able to see what I'm looking at inside there. I have to get a bar here to be able to move the rod. So I got a pan down here, cylinders here in this vise. Get this thing moving. Okay, so move this piston out, or this rod. There we go. Let's see if you can see this. So if we look down in the hole here, there you go, you can see it. There is a ring. That ring has a groove in front of it on the rod. You have to go around that ring and work it into the groove in order for it to come out. And when you put it back, you got to go from the groove back to where the ring sets. And if you go too far, that ring goes right off the end of the rod. Although I've successfully got it back on one time through this hole, usually you have to take it back apart. And a lot of times you have to replace the seals again when that happens. So let's see how successful I am at it this time. Okay. So I take a screwdriver here. Start one end of the clip here, and I work it around. This, there. You kind of heard, I don't know if you could hear that click or not. Let's see. Yep. Looks like I got it. There we go. See if you can see, there is the ring. I will clean it up better. And we'll see how everything's looking. Okay, so after we got that out, I'll get the rest of the fluid out here. We'll get this seal out, and then I'll clean it in the parts washer. So let's show you here. Dead light. Let's grab another light. So right here we got the old wiper seal, and then inside there is the rod seal. And that's all there is to this, other than just verifying that the barrel is not shot. There is some scoring a little bit on the rod. It's a little hard to see. Nothing that's really catching my nail or anything. So the chrome overall is pretty good. I wouldn't send this one out. I would try a reseal kit first. That can get pretty pricey. So let's get these seals out. Yeah, there ain't a whole lot to this one. It's shot. This seal is just coming out in pieces. Yeah, there's that wiper seal. So junk. These were not, they may not have been leaking right now, but they were short to follow. And with what Andy's doing, or any customer that has one in this shape, you wouldn't want to go through what you're doing now on working on a tractor and putting time into it and not doing a simple clean and reseal job like this. Okay, so got that other wiper seal out, and I just took this over to the parts washer and cleaned it up pretty decent. I mean, I'm not repainting it, but just try to get the bulk of the dirt and grease off, and wipe that down. Cleaned up where the wiper seal goes and the main seal. Cleaned it up in here. Let's see if I got a light. I'm gonna get all this blown out one more time, but clean this up with a wire brush just to make sure there's nothing in here on the grooves. All right. Just not sure where I could put the camera so you could see all that. Might reposition it here. Definitely want everything out of the groove. These are, like I said, some of the simplest ones to do. Very simple. If you've watched my Deutz hydraulic cylinder video, those are even more simpler yet. They don't even have a ring to hold it together. It just goes together. All right. Let's see here. Got a new seal kit here somewhere. These seal kits, you know, you can get from any supplier that has hydraulic seals. Hercules is one of them I deal with. But at the end of the day, by the time you take time to call and set up an account with them, you can just call your local AGCO dealer or someone like that, and these are 99 bucks. In the seal kit, it gives you a new ring. I typically don't have an issue with those rings, so I don't mess with them. I've done both. I've changed them or left them. Never had a problem. There's the new flip seal, and then there's our main wiper seal, or they might call it like the wiper. Well, you have the wiper seal, and then you have the rod seal. So wiper, rod. So make sure you put them back in the way that you took them out, or if you know how they go in general because of how they're supposed to work. This one comes with a metal ring, different type of wiper seal. I have not seen one take this yet. I do keep them. This is the one we took out, so I put that back in. There's no metal in it. That's probably why it breaks apart over the years. So put it aside. A little bit more brake clean it out there for anything residual. And then I will get the air hose, blow it out. That may be pretty loud on your end. Hearing protection is advised. All right, so we look good in there. Let's see if I can't show you. Nice, clean, and dry. That don't really help looking in there. So now we'll put our seals in. So here is the one seal, directional. We'll put the kind of like the split at the back here with a backup O-ring. I don't know if you can see that, but there is an O-ring inside this seal that holds it open. That goes in right here, which is not, let me lock this back down so I don't put too much pressure on it. All right. I do have a tool for this, but this one's not too hard to fish in. Some of them can be real hard. You know what, I'll get the tool and show you it anyway, in case, for those of you who haven't seen it. Let's pull this seal back out. Let me get that tool real quick. Okay, so cool tool. You start the tool here, hold her steady, you flip her over, and then it gets the seal looking like a pretzel. And then that way, it can go in real easy, open it up, and it slides right into place. Let's show you. Right there, seals in, no problems. It's called the Seal Twister. It's a nice kit. If you do this, this makes a big difference on damaging seals, saving time, and sometimes they're just a real pain in the butt. So, got that in there. Verify that that is smooth and in place. Then we'll take our wiper seal, and it works in here. And I'll take a pick, kind of work around just to make sure it's all the way in, because it goes sit inside this groove. All right. So it's all the way in there. Let's show you that. Nice wiper seal. There is some wear in this cylinder. I mean, that 3-point's been up and down a time or two. Luckily, these aren't the hardest to rebuild. Haven't had one not seal up yet. Okay, now I use a little bit of slippery slide. I just use little can of STP. Many different ways to do this. This is just the way that I've always done it. I'm not saying it's the right way. I'm not saying it's wrong by any means, because it's been working for me for a long time. And I put just a little bit on a brush here, and that usually gets everything nice and lubed up. So now we'll take this rod, and I'll put a little bit of lube on the back of it as well, right around here, and just a little bit in that groove. Then being real careful. Don't want to damage any seals. Kind of work it around a little bit. Twist it. While applying decent pressure, because it's a hell of a seal. All right. Make sure she's tight here. Sometimes they're a little hard here. All right. Let's see here. As I shove it down through there further, I like to look for any signs of a seal. Nothing. All right. Now, the fun part will begin, where I have to get that ring into that groove without knocking it clear off the back. So I can't get you in there to see it, but you can see me try to struggle with it. See how it goes. It could be fun. You gotta be careful. Don't want to put dirt in there, so I'll wipe this off. It's amazing how when you're doing something pretty important, you start to whisper. And you get a little quiet about it. Whew! Let's see if I got it. You heard the click, I think. Negative, but it was a sigh of relief, but it just fell back down in the groove. So, as much as I'd like to edit this out and have you guys see I do it in the first try, I'm not going to do that. I want you to see that it isn't always easy, and you just got to be careful. All right, we got it. So let's show you, verify all the way around here. All right. So see what you can see in there. Trying to get where you could see it. All right, right here is where the clip separates. You can kind of see it there. There it is. It is in the groove. And there's the other end of it. So you can go all the way around. It's hard to do all this with one hand. There we go. So anyway, it's in. Another way to test it is I'll work the cylinder in, I work it out, and it stops. You can hear that hit. It's pulling it back in. So something's going on there that's good. And that's pretty much the process. These are fairly simple. There's definitely a lot of harder ones out there, but where this one takes the cake is the fact that you got to work through this little hole. All right, so I got the second cylinder here in the vise. Got it pulled out where I can get to this ring again I told you guys about. I always have to use this. It's so hard to turn here. I'll work the ring down into the groove. Feel that pop. Again, this is going to get cleaned. Oh, got it. Got me a marlin. You gotta be ready for the drop in weight there. Same thing, just a teeny bit of scoring on that, which is definitely something I've seen many times on here because these were new once and probably been up and down many times. So then, switch to the trash can here. Dig this old seal out, which is nothing but dust. There was no wiper seal left. Then I'll grab that other barrel seal. Let's see if I can show you guys. So here's the old one. Behind there is an O-ring that gets pushed in there. And that is what spreads that seal apart to keep it outward pressure to make the seal. So not too terribly difficult to understand. All right, I'm gonna get this over to the tank. I'm gonna wash this one and I'm gonna get you back. All right, got this second one back here. Got it cleaned up. Didn't turn out too bad. Again, tough to kind of get you to see in there, but that's all right. Hopefully you get the idea. All right, so I will grab the new seal kit. And there is some instructions in case you've never done it. Fairly simple to walk you through. Removal, install, kind of how to do it. What happens if it doesn't work. Alright, go through here. Got our wiper and the barrel seal. The O-ring's already in that one. That's how they come. Alright. Okay, so now grab the seal twister. Put that on there. Fold it over. There is a fixture they give you to hold it too if you need it. I just work with it. Pretzel. Then you just set it in here. And when you unfold it, see if I can't show you. Everything kind of lays in place. So there's the seal. She's in there. All right. So I make sure she's in all the way. No signs of the O-ring coming out. And then I'll put the lip seal in. Then I follow that up because it's got to go in this groove. So I follow that up with a pick. There we go. Sometimes hard to see in here. There we go. I can flex the ring a little bit, the seal. Make sure it's in the groove all the way around. It has a natural resting spot in here. There we go. There. Then the object of the game is lube it up good, which can't find too many situations where that doesn't work, but I'm sure they exist. So a little STP on here. Plus it gives it some lube in there for now until it gets put on and has hydraulic pressure put to it. Sometimes feel like Bob Ross here. I got the old STP brush out here and get it brushed on here. Just a happy little brush. All right. Rings in the forward groove. Do the same thing. Twist and wiggle, which is always the fun. Can't get that. Sometimes the tap is needed. Again, I come over here, use a different light. Check for any type of seal material as I Move it in. All right, nothing. Nice and clean. And now the same thing, try to put that ring on, which you got to be careful about. See if we can't get it started here. All right, it's not quite there, just about. There it is. All right, 2 times in a row. Lucked out. Push it in, pull it back in. There we go. I like it. Well, that does it. Both cylinders down. So hopefully, if you haven't seen that before, kind of gives you an idea how to do it. If you have these on your tractor, don't be scared. It's worth trying. Maybe you can revert back to this video. Biggest thing is keep everything clean and just be careful working with that ring down inside that hole. And as usual, guys, I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. I like to read the comments, try to respond to every one of them. Like I said, still new, still trying to get used to having the video on, talking to everybody, where I don't normally do that when I'm by myself. And not to mention explaining exactly what I'm doing. So bear with me, appreciate you watching. More videos to come. Catch you on the next one.